So today what we are going to do, Gopi, we are going
Yeah.
to start the virtual machine. Okay.
Okay.
Now this is your Azure. Let's do some kind of a small hands-on. So in Azure, you can create VM, storage, database, app. Azure says that whatever you create, maybe you want to create for a department, maybe you are creating for a project, you have to define this first. And they call this particular container as a resource group.
Okay.
So if you want to create, let's say for example, 10 server, 2 app, and 3 database, Azure want to know that how, for which department, which location, which project, or for what purpose you are creating that. It said that you can group together all the resources which is meant for one specific department and location or maybe a project as a resource group. Okay, so just click the mouse, go to search box, Gopi, go to search box.
Um,
On top you have a top, there is a search box, it written Microsoft Azure, and then there is a search box.
okay.
Yes, just type your resource group, click that one.
Yeah.
Very good. So there are so many resource group already we have created. Let's create for your, just click create. Give a name of resource group, maybe give your name Gopi, Gopinath, just type. All right, say review and clear.
We on create.
Yeah, and say create. Now what you did, you create your own resource group, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's create our first service. We are going to create a virtual machine. So in Azure, in a search box, just type virtual machine. Look how easy it is, right? You just have to
Yeah.
type the English name, right? It's a virtual machine. Click that one. Very good. Same screen, right? Just click
Yeah.
add. So all the services you get same screen. Just click virtual machine. So first it is asking you to select your resource group. So I will identify who has created. Uh, Click that one. It's not showing as of now.
Okay. Go peanut is not coming, right?
I think it's showing on top. Gopi. Just type G.
Yeah.
Search selected. Yeah, very good. Scroll down. Now it is asking that what is the virtual machine name? Okay. So generally in a company, you have to give your virtual machine name. So let's say you are working in a HCL. Okay. So your all virtual machine name generally start with a HCL.
Okay.
Okay. Then you have to define this virtual machine is for which department. Let's say I say that this is for finance department. So you have to take first 3 character of the name. So FIN means finance.
Okay.
Then I have to define what you are supposed to run in this virtual machine. Let's say I want to run a SQL database. So I have to say HCL hyphen sales hyphen SQL hyphen, and then you may have a 5 SQL server, right? So what is
Yeah.
the number of the servers? So we generally call it as an SRV, that is a short name of server, and then
Okay.
01, 02, 03. So this is called a naming convention. Okay.
Yeah.
If people do not work in a real life scenario,
Yeah.
they do not aware about the naming convention. So just only sometimes your interviewer asks you to create a VM. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's say you give any other name. The moment you give any other name, they catch and they understand that you are actually doing a lab. You never come from a production environment.
Okay.
So my company is TPCS, Tech Place Consulting Service. So all the VM which we create, we have this name start. Just type TPCS hyphen.
TPCS hyphen.
Let's say this is for HR department. Just type HRD
Okay.
hyphen. Let's say we are going to make it as a web server. So just type 3 character WEB. Then let's say it is server number 9. So just say SRV09. Yes. Understood now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Scroll down. No, scroll down. Go up. Go up. Then next thing which we have to understand that for which reason we are going to create this virtual machine. I say that my virtual machine, if you are in India, it should be in Mumbai. Okay. So when you drop down, you will get the list of all the data center of Microsoft. So drop down the STS, correct?
Yeah.
Where you want to create,
Sorry.
right?
Okay.
India, Australia, Europe. Generally, in a real life scenario, if your customer is in India, we can select. Let's say if the customer is in South India, we select South India data center. If the customer is in West India, we generally select the West India data center. If the customer anywhere else, we generally select the West 2 or Central India data center. Okay.
Yeah.
So scroll down, you will see 3 data center in India. Go up, go up, go up. Central India, able to see now, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just like a Central India, we have a South India. But currently for our lab, we always use East US data center because
Mhm.
most of the country do not have every services.
Okay.
Okay. But East US have all the services of Microsoft Azure. So let's select East US.
East US.
Yeah. By default, it is selected.
Is what? East US, right?
Yeah, East US, exactly. Now it is saying that which operating system do you want to deploy? Remember in your virtual environment, what you do? You create a VM
Yeah.
and then you install the OS,
Yeah.
right? From the ISO image or something,
Yeah. Correct.
right?
Hmm.
In
Yes.
Azure, OS installation not required because Microsoft already have all the all the important OS available as an image.
Oh.
Okay. So when you drop down, you will see, just drop down it
What I will do option?
below one.
This one. Image.
Yeah. You see all the OS?
Yeah.
Ubuntu, Red Hat, CentOS, correct?
Yeah.
Right?
Mhm.
So it means that you just pick up the OS and it's all done.
Okay.
Currently, we are going to deploy a Windows server. So we are selecting Windows Server 2016 data center. Right? Just click the first one and all
Okay.
okay. All
Mhm.
right. Then it is saying that what is the size do you need? Remember, each size there is a price. For example, currently I am selecting a size B1MS. Okay, it gives you one CPU, 2 GB memory. And what is the charge? 1,293 rupees per month. Able to see?
Yeah. Yeah. I can see.
Yeah. So drop down that. Now you can see all the important sizes, right?
Yeah.
And as per the sizes, your money will also go high.
Mhm.
Correct? So we are going to select only the first one, which is a B1MS.
Okay.
All right. Now it is saying that you are creating a Windows server. So once the server is created, you want to log into the server. So which username and password do you want to use? Let's say we are saying that we are going to use a password called VMadmin. Just type a username VMadmin. Can you select the size again? Select here. No, select the higher capacity. Let's say select that DS12, below
This
one,
one?
more below. D series, right?
Yeah.
Okay, this
This, this one.
yeah, this one. All right. Now type the password. Password @123. That is a standard Microsoft password.
Okay. Normal, all small.
P capital and then all are small.
Password. At
At
one
the
to
rate
three.
123.
Okay.
Type the same thing. All right. Now it is going to ask you that this is a server which you created. How you want that from outside it should connect. The first port it open is RDP, right? RDP means
Yeah.
you can take remote desktop protocol.
Remote. Yeah.
But let's say, for example, I am planning to install a web server also. So it
Okay.
means that I am planning to host my website.
Mhm.
So I'm going to host this server now. Just drop down the protocol and select HTTP as well,
Even ports.
right? So I'm saying that please allow both the traffic, HTTP plus RDP, correct?
Yeah.
Go ahead and say next.
Next is.
Yeah. Now by default, it is going to give you a premium SSD disk. You understand SSD nowadays?
Yeah.
But let's say if you want, I want a cheaper option,
Mhm.
it give you an option to use magnetic disk as well. Drop down, correct? So you can use magnetic disk, which is nothing, it's a hard disk, HDD, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Mhm.
So if you are just only creating a server for a testing purpose, you may select a standard HDD, right?
Yeah.
But let's go ahead and say I am going to use SDD. Select SDD,
Yeah. Selected.
SDD, not HDD. Last one,
Which one? This one. Standard SSD.
last one, last one.
Last one. Premium SSD.
Physics.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So they give you 127 GB SSD for your virtual machine by default.
Oh.
Okay. Go ahead and say next networking.
Next networking.
Now in a networking, by default, it is going to create a virtual network for you.
Yeah.
You remember in your virtual environment, you have to create your virtual switch,
Right.
right? And then while creating a VM, you go and connect your virtual switch with your VM. In Azure, it is same. If you already have a network created, you can put your server into that network. If there is no network, then it will propose you to create a new network as well. Okay. So it is going to create a new network and it is going to give me a default subnet. What is the subnet? 10.0.0.0/24. Right? Just go ahead and say next management.
Next matter. So, what is the difference between the subnet and the public IP?
So it will going to give you a public IP because how can you take a remote of the server from outside,
Okay.
right? So take a server from outside, you need a remote,
Yeah.
right? So it will go and assign one public IP for you. So whatever the charge you have seen in a very first screen, that charge does not include SSD disk. That charge does not include your public IP.
Okay.
All are extra. Okay. So go ahead and next say management. Now in management, by default, it enable a boot diagnostic for you. Boot diagnostic means if my OS has a problem, during the booting, it will capture the whole log. But for that, it is going to create a storage for you. And data storage is again a chargeable, right? So in a production environment, it is recommended that you should capture the boot log. But since we are doing a testing, we will say disable.
Disable. Okay.
Just say next.
Watched.
Now it is said that by default on Azure platform, there are multiple vendors who provide their services. For example, Symantec backup. If you are using Symantec backup, you can install an agent. If you are using an antivirus server, you can install an agent in this VM by that. That is called extension. Click select an extension to install. So here you can select what type of software do you want to install. For example, if you want that my machine should be protected with my Symantec antivirus endpoint, just click the first one. Your Symantec antivirus endpoint will also install, right? But currently we say we do not need that one because we do not have a license of Symantec. So
Right?
just click cross. Right hand side up, there is a cross button. Just click cross again. All right. So we are not installing any extension. Just say review and create.
So the next tags and tags is not nothing, right?
Tags is not required. Tag is something like an asset number. So we already given a name of my virtual machine so that we can identify. So now look at the charge. How much charge it is coming? Almost 10 rupees per hour.
Yes.
Right? Why the charge has increased? Because we have selected premium SSD. We have also selected the public IP.
Oh.
Correct? Just go ahead and say create.
I can see the download template for automation also.
Yes.
So while installing SQL Server, it will give a script. I think it is.
Yes. Yes. That template is called ARM template, Azure Resource Manager template.
So virtual machine with storage and network is created.
Yes.
So how much time it will take? 1 minute or less than a minute? Usually
2-3 minutes.
So this one, this server will be created in US sector, right? US East.
US data center. Yes. But in a real-time environment, you have to use this server in a nearest data center. Otherwise, it will be a latency will come, right?
Yeah. But the client will say, right? For example, client is located in Canada, so they want in Canada itself, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think it is done.
All done. Just go to resource.
Go to resource.
Now you see a public IP.
Yeah. Yes.
So I'm pinging this public IP on your chat box. Stop the sharing. You share your screen and open this server in your laptop.
Okay. So I can share a screen. I can share my screen.
You can share your screen.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sharing my screen.
All right. Go back to MS Remote. Just go to search box. The Windows laptop search touch type remote. In your Windows search,
Windows search. Okay.
just type, yeah, you have a search box, no?
No, search box. Okay.
Just type remote.
Yeah, remote RDP.
Yeah, just click RDP.
So here you have to put the IP name.
I given your IP address on the chat.
Okay. So connect.
Yeah, just say connect.
So VM
Is the
admin.
username VM admin, right? Yeah. Password is password enter it 1 2 3.
Password account.
Say yes.
So
Right?
instead of this IP, we cannot give any name, right? Yeah.
You
Instead
can
of
give
IP.
name also. Yes.
Okay.
DNS name is there.
Okay. I need to clarify some doubt on DNS. So after this class, can you please clarify what is that?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Just hold for a moment. Say yes. Now wait. A server manager screen will come automatically. Now it's a regular Windows server, right? Where this server is created?
US data center.
No, where?
VMware.
In Azure, right?
Yeah, sure. Yes.
No, it is created in Google. Yeah. It is in sorry, it is in AWS.
Oh, it is in Azure only, right?
No, it's in AWS. Where it is written, it is created in Azure.
So Azure is Microsoft product.
Yes, but where it is written that this server is created in Microsoft Azure. And it is not created in cloud, it is created in your data center. So there is no difference, right?
Yeah. But
For IT admin team,
Mhm.
they only take the remote. No matter this server is created in AWS, Azure, Google, or local data center.
Yeah, correct.
Understood now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So it means that this is a server. This is a regular Windows server. You do a regular task.
Yeah. Yeah.
Correct?
Right. Yes.
So the people who is system admin who done the MCSC course, they manage the server. Simple.
Yeah.
Correct? You as an Azure admin, your responsibility only to create the server. And how the admin team is using that, what they are installing, this is none of your concern. Right? Good. Now let's say I am planning to install a web server.
Okay.
So in a server manager, there is something called add role and a feature.
Okay.
Click that one. Say next. 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 Select the last one, which is a web server. Click add feature. Next. 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 Install. So what you are basically installing?
Goodbye, IIS.
IIS. That is a web server, right? There are multiple web server. For example, you have Apache, Tomcat. But for Windows, mostly people prefer Internet Information Service. So let it install. You understand the hands-on meaning now?
Yeah. Yes.
correct?
Yeah.
And this is what most of the people missing.
Mhm.
So generally, what happened? Trainer do the demo and say that you understood, na, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but hands-on is the one which will work in interviews.
Yes,
Yeah.
because now you are doing by your hand, right?
Yeah.
I'm only
Correct.
prompting you.
Correct. Correct. But is it like I can create my own like whatever we have done now,
Yeah.
any sandbox type of thing I can try it. Is it possible?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Mhm. So this is like very simple, not like what we are doing now, creating a VM
Yes.
and all. So installing.
Yes. In
Anybody can. I after seeing this, anybody can like uh, like they have to know only the knowledge
remember
of
that is the
this
reason
one.
why I say you in a demo
Yeah.
that it is just an easy thing. It's a new age computing, right? No
Yes.
complexity. But only thing is that you have to know. Now you do it your hand by one time. If you do by your one more, then you will become already understand all these things, right? There is no
Yeah.
technology.
Correct. Correct. What about this AD group, Active Directory, how it is created here? There is no way, right? Here.
No, you can create now.
So
In
the
the
server
same,
needs to connect by so many. Mhm.
yes, everything you can create. So there is a course called uh, Azure Admin course, AZ 104, where you learn
Okay.
all these things, how you are going to manage
Mhm.
your Azure virtual machine, Active Directory, database in depth.
Great. Okay.
It is called Azure Administration course.
Oh, okay. Because now currently in our real environment, we have different teams for that. So VM
Correct.
mission will create one team that is called as Wintel team, and
Yes.
I'm into SQL team. So I will create only databases, servers, and
Right.
SQL
Right.
servers. Yeah. And AD team will be creating their own like Active Directory work,
Uh,
and backup team will do the backups. So we have
correct.
different teams for everyone, everything.
Yes. Same thing in Azure.
Okay. So Azure also we have the different people or how
Yes.
it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Uh-huh.
Only thing is that Azure admin will be separate.
Mm.
Rest all team as it is. So for example, Wintel team, I create a VM, hand over the credential, username and password and IP. Now it's a Wintel team who will do whatever they want to do with the VM.
Okay. So for example, if a company is hiring me, so
Mhm.
they are expecting me to do everything. Is it possible? Like I
No,
can create a
no.
VM network.
Yeah, they expect that anything on portal, you only do that.
Okay.
But once you create, let's say you create a database, to handle the database, to create a table, create a schema, it is a DBA task. It is not your task. But at least you have to give them the database now first.
Yeah, yeah, understood.
So database creation is your task.
Mhm.
But after that, handling the database is a DBA task
Okay.
because that is a specialized track, right?
Yeah. So in Azure also same thing is happening.
Same thing is. So
Oh.
there are multiple tracks there.
Mhm. Okay. So while it's installing, can you please explain me that the DNS is like a bypass, right?
Bypass means?
So actually DNS and now currently we are into always on availability group in our real time.
Uh-huh.
So it is like working as a high availability and so on. They have multiple subnets. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So so this DNS entry, for example, I have heard that the Windows team will configure all this DNS in their machines. Okay. So as for my knowledge, the DNS will be acting. For example, we have a geo cluster. So one site is in Halifax and one site is in Florence, Canada.
Uh-huh.
So can you please explain the basics of the DNS, how it works, so that I can understand that how they are configuring it.
Hmm. What is the IP address of yahoo.com? Google.
Yahoo. Yeah.
What is the IP address of Google?
Hmm, not sure. Maybe 176 one something. Some
What is the Aditi mobile number?
yeah, some number will be there. Yeah.
Yes, correct. So what is the role of DNS? It gives you a name.
Okay.
Okay. But
Mhm.
internal communication always happen on number. In case of mobile, it is a mobile number. In case of computer, it is a IP address, right? But it is very difficult for a common people to remember the number.
Yeah.
So what they are commonly use? They
Names.
use a name.
Hmm.
But who translate the name to IP? Because actual communication happen on IP.
Correct.
It's a DNS who do that.
Okay.
Correct?
Okay. Transfer. We take the name and convert to IP, and then it will communicate.
Yes. So go to command prompt. Open the command prompt.
Here itself.
Huh?
Admin or not?
Just anything you can open.
Okay. So I'm inside virtual machine. Okay.
Just type ipconfig/all/. Enter. So what is the name? TPCS HRD
TPCS
web
HRD
dot
web server.
SRD, right?
So this IP will come now 52.188,
Yes.
204, 209.
Yes. Now look at that. Where is the DNS server? What is the DNS server? 168.63.
This one, DHCP.
Saying na
Yeah.
168.63.129 DNS. That is DHCP. Below is a DNS.
Yeah.
So when you ping yahoo.com or google.com,
Mhm.
it actually translate the name to IP. So your request first go to DNS. Okay.
The
Now,
DNS resides in network services, right?
yes.
Okay.
Just minimize this remote.
Mhm.
Go to YouTube, Take Place Consulting. TCH. Click that one. Click that one.
So, this one?
First one. First one. Yeah. Go to search box. Last. Not here. Not here. After about there is a search. Just type DNS. Scroll down. Click the first one. No, below one. Below one. MCSA. Yes. Go a little bit higher.
Yeah.
Go a little bit forward.
Forward, okay.
Now watch this complete video to understand what is DNS.
Oh, okay. Good.
Okay.
I just understand this.
All right. Now go back to your virtual machine.
Can I close this?
Close this one. Yes. It is still installing.
Yeah.
Why it is so slow? Because we have only given him 3.5 GB RAM.
Oh,
right? Because Windows Server require minimum 8 GB memory. Just wait till the time it finishes. But this is how you install any services like DNS, DHCP, Active Directory on this server using
oh,
add role, right?
okay. Hmm. Yeah, I wrote.
And who do this? Generally, it is done by a system admin team, or you called it as a Wintel team.
Yeah.
What is your responsibility as an Azure admin? Create a server, hand over to them.
So usually in the real-time scenario,
Uh,
Azure admin will do what type of work? Like what and all they have to
you
do?
get a ticket from a
Okay.
department that I need this server
Mhm.
because I have to install this application. So they give you the configuration
Mhm.
that I need this GB RAM, this much storage, this is that, right? And along with that, you get also approval because when you create a server, it start charging, right?
Yeah.
You get approval.
Mhm.
Once you get approval plus ticket, you provision that services, hand over the username, password, and IP address to the respective team, and your job is done.
One silly question or simple question. For example, see, this feature is, for example, if I'm a client, okay, I know what how Azure works. Okay, so I can think that this is very simple task. Why can one person can handle all these things, creating a server and creating a database and whatever. So
Uh,
that maintenance cost will be less, right? Hiring two people for different things. So I can hire one person for everything. He can only do like that. So is it possible in that any ways? So
yeah, it is possible, but that person need then require a deep level knowledge. Otherwise, what will happen? It look easy,
okay.
but when it look easy,
Mhm.
if you do not know, maybe you misprovision something which is charging you very high. Correct?
Okay.
Because you only do next. Correct now?
Yeah.
So let's say,
Yes.
for
Yes.
example, if someone install an antivirus, what will happen? Antivirus charge will also inbuilt.
Yeah.
Someone might be someone might say that I am going to provision a server with 16 GB RAM. What will happen? Your company is going to get 10 lakh bill per month. So it means that we need a person who actually understand what they are doing. Correct?
Yeah. But once we install, for example, antivirus, the company says it's not required now, so we can uninstall also from
You
that
can
or
uninstall it also.
uninstall it.
Yes.
Okay.
It's taking a very long time.
Yeah, it's not moving at all.
Uh,
This is not based on my server memory, right? So it is that.
no, this is based
Yeah.
on you as
Okay.
well. Close and take remote again. I think something is going
Yeah.
in the background.
No, completed. Completed.
Yes. Click close now. Close this one.
I think it is completed, right?
Yeah, it's complete.
Okay.
Go. Click close. Okay. Go to C drive.
Mhm.
Go to inet pub folder. First one. www root. Right click the second one and say edit. Click a letter and type your name. There is a letter on the top. Yes.
Yeah.
Just type your name. So we assume this is a code, right? Okay. This is your website code. Close this one.
Save.
Now open your mobile.
Save, right?
Yeah, save.
Okay.
Open your mobile.
Okay, mobile. Okay.
Open your browser and type the IP address 52.188. Whatever the IP we have. See what is coming.
Load 204.200. Yeah, I got that same page.
Understood now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
If there is a real code, you get a real website, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
So this is the first thing we see, that how the virtual machine get created, how we can configure a web server, and how we can deploy my sample website. Okay. Now let's cross this one and go to a tool menu. Click computer management. Click the disk management. How many disks you have? Only one, right?
We have DC. Yeah.
Only one disk, that is a 127 GB. Let's say for an example, you need one extra hard disk. You are a Wintel team. So what will you do?
So we'll add a disk here
How can you add a disk?
from the storage.
Where
So
is the
temporary
storage?
storage is there here.
It is from same 127 GB only.
Yeah.
So you
So we
have
need
to again raise a ticket. To whom?
Yeah, to storage team.
No, to cloud admin team.
Cloud admin team. Okay.
You are a Wintel team, right? You need a storage because infrastructure is not in your control.
Okay.
Correct?
Yeah.
So once you raise a ticket, hey, Mr. Cloud Admin team,
Mhm.
please add an storage. Here is approval. For everything you need an approval. Why?
Yeah, because it's a cost, right?
Yeah, because the moment you add another storage in the server, it's going to cost. Who will be going to give the bear the cost?
Correct.
So once you raise the ticket,
Mhm.
it will come to a Cloud Admin team. Now you stop the sharing. Let me share my screen.
Okay.
So now you become a Cloud Admin team. Okay.
Yeah.
Now here you see on the left hand side there is something called disk.
Yes.
Click that disk.
Yeah.
Good. Below there is something called create and attach a new disk.
Yes.
Click that one. Give it a disk name, maybe additional disk or data disk, whatever you like. Let's say I have requested 4 GB hard disk. So you give 4 GB. Correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
And just click save on the top.
4 GB is there.
Click save on the top.
Here. Okay. This LUN is not required, right?
No.
Okay.
Understood? Now I am going to
Yeah.
stop the sharing. You stop. You share your screen.
Okay.
You are Wintel team right now. Are you able to see your new hard disk?
This is the one. 4 GB.
Yes.
Yes.
Understood now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So just right click and initialize this hard disk. Say OK. Now click the right click 4 GB. Say new simple volume. Next, finish.
So it automatically takes the letter.
Correct? You understood now the difference between Azure admin and Wintel admin?
Yes.
Wintel admin dependent completely on Azure admin for resources.
Okay. Cloud admin, right?
Yes, cloud admin, correct.
Okay.
Right? Now stop your sharing. Let's say your server is running very slow, but you can't see anything, right? So now click overview.
Okay.
Scroll down. You see a monitoring now. Go up, little bit up. Click
Yeah.
monitoring. Yes. Scroll down. Are you able to see your CPU, memory, network usage?
Yeah.
So who will see that? Who will monitor this server performance?
Wintel team.
No. Intel team does not see this dashboard, right?
No, cloud. Sorry, Azure admin team.
So what is the roles responsibility of Azure admin team now?
So manages
Provision the
the virtual
services,
machine.
provision the
Uh,
services,
okay.
monitor the services, and update the services.
Mhm. Okay.
Correct?
Yeah.
But what to do with the services, it is not your responsibility because you are not expert in that.
Mhm.
If it is a Linux server, then it's a Linux admin who handle that one, right? But if they required something extra, more CPU, more network, more hard disk, then they are connecting you to provide them. And what is your responsibility? You will keep monitor what is the server performance is.
Okay.
All right now, Gopi?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm able to hear you.
No, actually, one question is this. For example, we have a laptop. So this performance we are seeing in our machine only because since it's not connected to any other computer, any network. But in real time servers, virtual machines connected to each other, and so there are many thousands of servers, and we are going to monitor like this. So which server is performing on what, like how it is. So all we know that everything is sitting on some server rack, right? So this one Azure, how it is? This is also sitting on the server rack.
Yes, this is also sitting on server.
Okay. The only difference is, so what is the difference actually? I'm not getting.
You are not able to see the hardware. It is IBM or a Dell.
Okay.
You are not able to see what is the rack. It is a EMC rack or a Cisco rack.
Mhm.
You are not able to see the switch, whether it is Cisco switch or HP switch.
Okay, but everything is same.
Everything is same. It means that in a background, they have a same infrastructure.
Oh, okay, fine.
Understood, no? Right?
Yeah. So the servers are same.
Everything is same. Exactly.
Okay.
Right? You do not have to. You do not have to see the underlying hardware infrastructure. You only see whatever is seeing on a portal.
Okay.
Correct?
Yeah.
Understood now?
Yeah.
How the virtual machine is used to deploy your application?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tomorrow we are going to see another service which is called a storage in Azure. Perfect.
Yes.
Chalo. See you tomorrow.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, Vipin. Bye.